I had mentioned on TikTok doing longer format readings, so let's try it out. Today's reading is going to be the current energy of your connection. So take a moment to look at each pile and see which pile is calling out to you or you feel drawn to. And then we'll get started with pile 1. We are going to pull oracles. We'll start off with person A's current energy, person B's current energy, person A's feelings and thoughts toward this connection, person B's feeling and thoughts toward this connection, and then we will do person A's perspective around this connection and person B's perspective around this connection. And then in the extended, we'll cover things like what intentions or actions are coming next, anything that is helping this relationship or hurting it, and messages from person A and person B's subconscious. Okay, so first I'm going to pull the oracles. Okay, so we have the oracles for person A and we have the oracles for person B. This is the current energy that person A is in, and this is the current energy that person B is in. Person A is coming off as a person who is more so a person who believes in the things that they experience in their world are from their creation, right? It's they carved out this path and they followed it, and that's how they saw the benefit in their life. They're a person who believes like they set their mind to something and they accomplish it. Very much more in the 3D world, like willpower creation, like solar plexus energy, fire sign energy, right? Like I make things happen. But interestingly enough, this person has a lot of blue. This person has a lot of blue in their cards, so it could be a representation of water, or it could be a representation of like a needing to clear throat chakra, or that's the work that needs to be done, right? Yeah, like even here we have water representation. And we have double messaging around the shadow. This is also very interesting too, because person B has double messaging around anxiety, right? So, and person A has double messaging around fear. Person B for me, with this anxiety coming in the upright and then anxiety coming in the reverse, is coming through as someone who's learned how to master their anxiety, master their mind, find mental clarity, find peace, right? This is someone who's worked on no longer being a victim to their anxiety. And this person, person A, is working on their feelings of fear, right? Unintentionally, the idea to control. I mean, look, we have a knife here too, right? It's like a knife can be a tool or it can be something used to defend oneself. So the double fear, but this person's fearful is still coming in sideways. So this is still something they're working on, that fearfulness. And remember earlier I was saying person A has a lot of blue, which I was picking up as throat chakra. Here we have expressed in the reverse. So this is someone who has a harder time expressing their emotions, which is funny because they're coming in as a water sign, but there's like a blockage of emotion and expression. Just take a sip of water. Another lesson that person A is currently working on is how to be softer, how to allow that sense of expression, how to not be afraid to express oneself. But also, like I was saying, to deal with the shadow. They're in the energy of, or whether they know it or not, right? The energy they're in is to work on the shadow, to address the things that are unseen, the things that may be a hindrance to this path. Right? And if you look at this card here, it's like the imagery is like the sensation of being under the feelings, right? But oh, this is also double water. But it's like the feelings are mastering, but there's like a lack of acknowledgement fully of feelings, right? And the interesting thing is this person may have a propensity towards sadness. But that is what they're working on. That's the current energy that they're in. And then here we have, okay, so repetition and changing expectations. They're working on breaking cycles, working on breaking unconscious patterns, whether they're doing that knowingly or if it's something that they're doing in the pursuit of something. That is the energy person A is in. Person B, okay, person B, like we were saying, like, look at this, one, look at all these pinks, right? So this is more like, the heart chakra is really green, but when I'm seeing pink here, I'm seeing on working on this heart-centeredness. Also, interestingly enough, both people have imagery with hearts. There's hearts here too in soulmate. So this card here has to do with learning to let go of control and go with the flow. And it's very interesting here because they also have trust, and it's trust in this sense of darkness, the light in the darkness, right? Being guided by the light in this field of darkness. There's like a sense of not rejecting that darkness with person B. And also with the imagery here, I would say person B is someone who's likely more aware, more enlightened, right? The halo, even with Christianity and Jesus or with the Buddha, represents a state of enlightenment and awareness. So that's what I'm picking up for person B's energy. And then that's like in contrast to person A, right, with the shadow being bigger than the person, but almost like not being fully aware. I would say this person has more integration, right, in their sense of self, seeing themselves in the world around them, and trust in the universe, allowing what is to be someone who isn't hiding, someone who isn't mischievous or pretending, someone who's very forthright and grounded, right? So cozy and grounded, someone who makes people feel warm and invited and welcome. And then air sign, so again, with water being emotions, air sign is about intellect. But in this instance too, I'm getting it, this also has to do with this person's connection to the divine or connection to spirit. Yeah, this like sense of being like above the mountain peak, right? So yeah, whoever is person B, you're probably the person watching this reading. Because this is like the type of energy who would watch tarot readings and be doing self-actualization work and self-discovery. But person B either knows or understands that person A is a soulmate relationship of some sort. There's a resonance in the soul connection. Yeah. And then here we have the sprout, germination, growth, and new developments. So person B is really focused on, like I just said, like someone who is working to actualize themselves. So that is the energy that person A and person B is in. If that resonates with you, then you know you're in the right pile. If it doesn't resonate, I would go back to the first frame and see which pile called out to you, what other pile called out to you, because sometimes, you know, sometimes we think it's one and then we find one that resonates. So if this isn't resonating, if this doesn't feel like your connection, then I would say check the other piles. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is get into the thoughts and feelings of these people. So I'm going to keep a qualifier for each person. Let's take the signs, why not? Okay. And then we'll get into the thoughts and feelings in this connection. All right, what are person A's feelings and thoughts about this connection, please? Okay. What are person B's thoughts and feelings towards this connection, please? Oh, interesting. Okay. So person A feels like this connection, there was hurt here, but that it's not over. Person A also looks like the person who maybe wasn't balanced in this connection or didn't give equally to this connection. And it's interesting here, this mirroring, right? Like, even I saw it a little bit in the oracle, but it wasn't as heavy as sometimes I see mirroring when I'm doing these readings. So I didn't call it out, but with these cards coming out, right, and being aligned, like there is mirroring here. Person A is feeling like this isn't done yet, right? Person B is kind of like, am I done? Am I not done? Like, person B is maybe a little more unsure if they should walk away or not, which is also reflected here in this card, right? It's like, do I cut my losses? I think person B saw the potential of this, and person A maybe didn't see the full potential. But it's showing, like, with the Page of Pentacles, it is showing, like, the desire for something long-term and starting from something small and slowly building up, right? But with person B coming in as, like, the sun, it's like this person may have been, like, a more predominant, strong energy, more ready. Like, look at how big the sun is and look at how small the pentacle is, right? It's like this person B was, like, a lot more open and ready than person A was. What are person B's? What is person A's perspective about this connection? What is person A's perspective about this connection? What is person B's perspective? Okay, it's very interesting. So person A is sort of in an energy where it's like they were maybe a little bit selfish or self-absorbed in this connection, as we saw with Justice coming in reverse. Are they aware? Yeah, they're aware. They're aware that they were selfish in this connection. And person B isn't sure if this connection is hurting them or helping them. Can you give me a second clarifier, please? Yeah, look at this energy. Like, person B is just like, I'm not super clear about the direction of this. I think person B has looked into this and they're kind of like, I'm done looking at it. Like, is it going to be your thing or is it not going to be a thing? Give me a little bit more about what person A is thinking. Person A sees person B as a potential wish fulfillment. It's so interesting. How does person B see person A? Oh, that fell on the ground. Person B seems to want to see action in a stable way from person A, right? Person A is like, this is maybe maybe they're not as experienced in relationships or whatever it is. And person B wants to see a little more initiative from person A. I'm going a little off script because I'm just curious. What does person B think the current status of this connection is? What does person A think the current status? They think it's something that has to be worked on together. What does person B think the current status of this connection is? Person B wants to see movement. Person B is like, without movement, what are we talking about here? And person A is like, the irony, because pentacles can be like thinking and planning for the future, but it's like pentacles are like cold, you know? It's like, well, they're warmer than swords, but it's more so like thinking about it like, how do I build this out, versus it looks like person B is more like, let's just get it going, like let's just get going. And person A is like, oh, I have to plan all my pentacles before this can get going. What is person A's... How does person A think person B sees them? How does person A think person B sees them? How does person A think person B sees them? How does person B think person A sees them? So, person A thinks person B sees person A as someone who's like always on the go, on the move, doing things. Person B thinks person A sees them as someone who doesn't want to move this connection forward. Is person B's perspective of person A accurate? Are they accurate in seeing them as the Chariot? Yeah, they're accurate. They're seeing it clearly. Is person A seeing person B, or is person B's concept of how person A is seeing them accurate? No. Person B is almost like unsure about this connection, but feels like there's something there. Can I get a further clarifier here? But this almost has a connotation of person B almost feels like it's fated, or they bound to this person. And maybe they feel like reconciliation's supposed to happen, but they're not sure if person A has what it takes to do the long haul. If person A has a sense of self-worth enough to not sabotage a happy ever after kind of thing. And what about person B? What else about person B's perspective? Person B feels like, person A feels like they don't necessarily have like the footing they want with person B. But how's that relevant? How's that relevant? They don't know how to manifest. They don't know how to get through to person B. Whatever they are used to doing doesn't work on person B. Okay. So this is the current energy of your connection. I'm going to go into the extended next. The link to purchase will be in the description box. If this all resonated and you want to go into the extended with me, great. If not, thank you so much for being here. Maybe check out piles 2 and 3. Maybe there'll be some overlap resonance. I'm hoping there isn't, but sometimes when I do these readings, you will see the other perspective. Or hi, pile 2. This is your reading. Current energy of your connection. Okay, first I'm going to pull oracles for person 1 and person 2, or person A and person B, however you want to call it. I shuffled these between sets, but I always like to do a couple more shuffles right before I start. Can I get person A's energy for pile 2, please? So this is pile 2. So this is very interesting, right? Because right off the back, we got this like masculine feminine vibe. And then here we have divine feminine. So this pile 2 may also be twin flames. Let's see, where should I start? Let me just take a glance at some stuff. We have Leo and Pisces. They don't have to be relevant. It's just what we're here seeing. Leo here again, Scorpio. Let's see. Okay. Can I get a clarifier, please? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So for person 1 in pile 2, this is someone who may have like a job where they're in an authoritative role of some sort, because down here it's interesting, they're showing as not having healthy boundaries, right? But they're in a position of assertiveness. So it must mean like in their personal life where that offset and overflows is like they lack boundary in their personal life. I'm getting control vibes, right? They want to seem in control, be in control. They want to enjoy themselves, but maybe they're not going to allow themselves to enjoy themselves too much. They might be like, this card says lazy, which I just want to be like clear. Like, it might just be more that they're not used to or comfortable with sort of, excuse me, examining their emotions or doing emotional work. There may be some sense of like conformity here, especially too with this mask coming through, right? This is someone who prioritizes belonging in whatever sense of community or tribe or identity or identifier that they have, that they feel safe hiding behind. That's a challenge for this person, right? And I feel like for them, it's like hard for them, again, like here we have the lack of boundaries and courage in reverse, to sort of assert themselves and break the mold, right? Step out of the norm. What is this death about, please? Okay, so there's like a, and again, right, lazy with emotions. There's a need for them to change the way that they're managing their emotions, but since we're here at this reading, it's not likely they have yet. And the clarifier for affluence in reverse was the devil, right? So this person might be really materially driven, right? Like they might be trying to live a certain life, like part of the tribe thing, right? Assimilating, like the markers of success in capitalism, like, I don't know, yeah, bro, you know, like someone who wants to achieve, to like have that value and power and worth or whatever it is, right? Because for this person, they're more about their image than they are about what they're feeling, right? Like these feelings, they're not well adept in the feelings area. Spirit, I love when you confirm like that. Thank you, Spirit. Like they're being called to a transformation, but they're not really answering that call. And this connection is a part of that call, but again, they're not quite picking it up, unfortunately. Okay, let's look at the feminine side. With the feminine side, it's like very like, look at this energy, water energy, determination. There's femininity here, but structure, right? Whoever this feminine is focused and working on themselves, right? But there is a sense of fear here. What I'm getting is like, maybe this like determination, this ability to be soft and strong at the same time. There might be a little bit of bypassing on this side also is what I'm picking up, right? Like doing what needs to be done, but sort of like deprioritizing the soft aspects because of what's required. And again, divine feminine coming in sideways, right? Like not knowing how to rest, being overly intellectual, trying to solve things with the mind. This is like the power of the mind, right? Which is interesting because this is divine feminine. But it's almost like embodying more masculine energy, right? We have gentle coming in reverse and fear. But the fear I'm getting isn't like a general fear. I think it's more like has to keep going is what I'm getting. And then this person on the outside is showing is very determined, very put together, soft yet strong. Maybe you're not a person who's easily riled up, right? It's like being put together. You're more self-aware than the average person, right? Especially with this look. Reflections, crystal ball. It's like you're more aware than the average person. You're more perceptive than the average person. And you're in a transformation process. One where you're able to access more of your own strength, but also be able to let go and flow and trust in the universe. Trust that things will work out for you. But it seems like you're a little bit worried that if you let go, will it come to fruition? Almost too, if you like put this person out of your mind, will they come? Will it work out? It's almost like you think by thinking about them, you're gonna make it happen. But the way you're thinking about them is not constructive to where this connection is going. That's what I'm getting. But we will get deeper into the thoughts and feelings for both persons. What is that? For both people. If this sounds like it's resonating, then please stay. And if it's not, I would say check out pile 1 or pile 3. Sometimes, you know, we get a little hit from our intuition, but we don't quite get it right. And your pile might be there. I'm going to leave 2 qualifiers out, and I'm going to leave the time out, right? Because this felt relevant at the bottom of the deck. There is timing at play, which I have an inkling, but we'll let the cards speak. Okay. Ooh. Can you please show me person 1's thoughts and feelings in this connection? Person 1's thoughts and feelings toward this connection. Oh, it's spinning. Was there a flip here? Oh, okay, so it's instability. Okay. And person B's thoughts and feelings toward this connection. Person B's thoughts and feelings toward this connection. Okay. So there's not communication here, and there's not stability here. With the Hierophant coming in sideways is giving me like this person might have hot and cold energy, especially with the Knight of Wands reverse. Like, and then 2 of Pentacles, like this is just big instability, right? It's like they might come and go as they please. Can I get a clarifier, please? Yeah, they might just be like having fun, basically. It's like there's no awareness, no consciousness to their behavior in this connection. If this is a twin flame connection, I would say this is, you guys are like in the earlier parts, like the first act of that sort of growth arc. And on this side, the feminine person, right, because this is so cold masculine and then warm structured feminine, it's like you're more ready to do the work and have completion, but there's no communication. You want a new beginning with this person. Like, you're like, come on, just get your shit together and let's try. But they're coming through as like not able to give stable energy, not able to show up for any long period of time. Oops. Yeah, not being able to reconcile, right? Like left out in the cold, blocked intuition. This is just like a mess. It's in the messy part, where unfortunately people hurt each other, not because they're toxic. Like twin flames should not have any sense of abuse. It should just be like, it's like this timing continuum of growth and these two souls bumping up against each other, learning how to be in the world. But the energy person one was in was very much like in the unconscious. And person B is clearly more conscious, but is not seeing the return that they like know they deserve. I wanted to look a little, I'm going to go off script a little bit. What is person A's? Yeah, they rush in, but they do the same thing over and over. What about person B? Person B is not logical when it comes to person A. It's like not defensive, and then it's like you're left with the burden. You're like, how does this keep happening? Like, what did I do? I didn't like deserve this kind of thing. Like the carelessness. Yeah, you want them to come in a stable, grounded way, in a way that they're going to stay, and they haven't been able to do that as of yet. Okay. What is person A's perspective toward person B in this connection and the current energies? They know what they're doing is hurtful, but it's almost like, I don't want to say they don't care, because I don't think that they're like a cold, heartless person. I just think they're not self-reflective. They're like repeating cycles, right? It's like, it's not their burden, it's yours. So like they're not focused on it yet. Like they're not thinking about anything but themselves in a way. Like it's like they can get what they need somewhere else. They just move in a new direction and get what they need. What about person B? Perspective toward this connection. Yeah, okay. Person B's perspective toward this connection. I'm gonna say you guys have a lot more faith, because if someone is sort of behaving this way, it's like hard to still think that maybe like this could work, like however you feel about them. Double eights too, 8, 8. It's almost like you let this person slip into your defenses. It's like you hope that they're going to be different, and then they're kind of the same. And then you have to walk away, and it's like they come in, they go, they come in, they go, they come in, they go, you know? Yeah, and it's like almost like cyclical. There's no change. There's no new beginning. It's like you guys come together and you part. You come together and you part. So, I mean, this energy is very clear this time. I don't know. What advice can you give person B about person A? And then we'll get into the extended, but I just want to give, this is like, you know, I don't want to leave you guys like, oh yeah, it is screwed. So person A is still existing in sneaky energy. They're not willing to invest, and they sort of don't see it as like there's a cup half empty, but you get left as like, you get left behind kind of with this behavior. They're like, they're just not conscious about how they're operating. And I would say that it's very likely best for you to prioritize yourself and sort of put boundaries up with this person. Yeah, take a break from them. Limits. It's like, because they're not in a place. Yeah, have confidence. Read between the lines of their behavior. If they're telling you one thing, but their behavior is saying another thing, you have to trust how you're feeling and how their behavior makes you feel over the truth of maybe they do have feelings for you, right? But you notice like when we did that reading, there was nothing about feelings coming out. It was just kind of like them living in this ego state, like they're like very much 3D reality, and it's like you're over here being vulnerable and open and available, and they're basically like not in the place to give you what you need right now. Yeah, they're not able to be dependable or communicate or instill trust. So you have to just decide to prioritize yourself. Like, have the confidence to prioritize yourself over them. And there's stuff that exists, right? Like, there's yeah, worthiness. There are relationships you can have, open-hearted. Like, you can love this person, but love them from afar. There are relationships you can have where you are treated the way you deserve to be treated. And unfortunately, this person is just not in the place where they're able to give that to you right now. We're going to move into the extended if this resonated for you. We'll still look at the intentions and what is helping or hurting, and then messages from the subconscious and higher self, and then go into advice. But I would even say you don't necessarily need that. If you want to hear those things and have more clarity or confirmation, then by all means, purchase the extended. But I think for you right now, what's most important is sort of prioritizing yourself. Prioritizing what's best for you. And right now, that might not be giving this person access to you. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at the current energy of your connection. Okay, Pile 3. Let's look at this energy. Person A is honey. They are honey energy. And person B has a little bit more umami. Is umami like, Alexa, what's umami? It's like tart, sour, bitterness. Okay. Alexa, stop. So, right, it's like this person is sweet and this one's a little salty or sour. I'm not getting like this person is a horrible person. I just think this person is a little, like, has a little bit of work to do on themselves. Like, it's like big waves versus this person on this side has baby waves because they're more mellow. Person B has a little bit more, not chaos, but like upheaval in their energy. So person A is a person who is like, you're like calm and you're a committer, you're not jealous, you're supported, loving, enlightened, authentic, look, harmonious, embodies, expressive, very vulnerable, very open, very tapped in, playful, fun, imaginative, like clear. You have very clear energy. Even this, regeneration, renewal, like you are aces, like you don't hold anything in. It's like you are embodied, you are grounded, you know who you are. Person B, on the other hand, is not as clear on who they are. They experience more rough emotions. They have it's like double boundary issues. Like I'm getting like they might lash out, right? They're a little bit more reactive. Their energy is a little more erratic. They don't have as much wisdom. Through you, they are being initiated into more intention and awareness and their states of being. Yeah, this person isn't fully aware of their emotions, but they have a lot, specifically anger, anxiety, and like maybe discouragement, sadness, but you make them feel curious, right? Because you have this level of ease and calm that they just don't have access to, you know, it's like not in their person. They're naturally not as calm of a person as you are. And you also, your sense of insight, I think, is intriguing to them because we have double ravens here. So that thing that they recognize in you, calls them forth in a way. It calls them toward, well, what is that? And why is this person so loving and sweet and balanced and calm and authentic, embodied? Why are they able to be this type of person? They're not exhibiting any jealousy. Like this energy doesn't give any like toxic hooks. You know, it's not like when you're engaged with this person, you're like not trying to get anything out of them or, you're not trying to make them what they're not. You might be really like receptive and open, and you create this warm, safe space for them, and that intrigues this person. Yeah, there's a lot more chaos here, right? But they still have this light in them, and for some reason it comes off as like they do trust you. It's like they see the light in you, right? And it resonates somewhere within them, like deep in their belly. Yeah, there's like these doorways, right? This is someone who's on a path or meant for a path of awakening, and you are playing kind of like teacher guidance role for them. You're calling them forth from that darkness into this warm, gooey light. But, you know, they don't know how much work is done to get to this point. But you've already done that work. This is person A. Your energy is just lovely. It's like closing your eyes and being like cuddled or something, you know, like that's the feeling. Okay. So let's work on the thoughts and feelings of each perspective of each person. So I'm going to leave a signifier out for each person. You know, and in the other decks, it was a lot easier for me to choose. But I think from this deck, I'm going to choose these to be the signifiers. We're going to do this. Let's start, I'm gonna go a little unconventional. I want to see what I just saw the Two of Cups, but I want to see what person B feels, like what their thoughts and feelings are toward person A. What are person B's thoughts and feelings toward person A, other than the things I just said? Aww. They feel like, this is more about them though. They feel like they're too battered for you. Like they're too broken, to go forth with you. And they have like internal conflict about that, right? Because it's deeply at odds with this, draw and curiosity they feel. I think you make them want more, and that makes them feel, it triggers them basically. Yeah, and this person feels emotional in your presence, right? There's something about you that calls forth emotion from this person, and this person is only used to feeling like the cards were saying earlier, like the emotions of anger, the emotions of anxiety, like the things that are not of ease, and you're in a place of ease and warmth, and that is not familiar for them. I really feel for this person. What are their thoughts toward person? What is person B's thoughts toward person A? So it's almost like the way they see you is what you call out of them, right? It's like you make them want to sort of not continue to be in conflict and to try to experience whatever the hell it is you're doing. Like they're like, what is this person? And it's almost like curiosity and like, are they really like this? Is this really how they are? Like there's got to be a crack, but it's like that intrigue. Even the sorry, it's very amusing. Even the like they're, well, are they really like this? It's part of the intrigue, and it's what's calling them forth. Like it's almost like leaving a trail of sugar and then the ants are like following the trail of sugar. Sorry, it's like so amusing the way it feels like when I'm seeing these little snippets. It's like at first like this person might have been a little bit annoyed or been like thought this person's like naive or idealistic or something, and then they realize like, oh no, they're actually just genuinely they're like this type of person. And it sort of calls forth the idea, like, can they be soft? But then so much of the way they exist would have to break down for them to, like, pursue or be with person A. Okay, and how does person A feel toward person B? Oh, look at this. Ace of Swords, 10 of Swords, Ace of Wands, sorry, which is like, they feel like this is like fun and passionate and creative, right? But they also acknowledge that person B does have a lot of stuff that they've gone through. Oh, interesting. because I would associate this with the feminine energy, right? Person A. But person A, your energy reads like powerful, but not in the way of like having power, in the way of like, because the wands, Queen and King of Wands, it's like things come to them, things work out for them. It's like you were probably a master manifester. Like your life probably looks easy to other people, but like I think that's just your attraction level, because of the clarity of your energy and your vibration. You just like own like the vibratory, like if it's like the radio frequencies, it's like your channel is just the channel, right? It's just like you're gonna get on my channel because my channel is the loudest, or whatever it is. Yeah. And I feel like you know that person B has feelings for you. Now I'm just getting nosy. I forgot I had a structure that I wanted to go, but I'm kind of curious what person A is sort of doing with person B, because it's like they know that person B feels something for them. What are their feelings and thoughts? But they see the instability that person B is existing in. And that person B is not really able to give that stable input, that stable effort. But they're still sticking around. So I'm curious what the underlying is that makes them want to stick around. So person A sort of sees the potential in person B. Like person B can change and can step into this stable. Am I outside of the frame? Just a little bit. Person B, oh, sorry, Bodhi, I didn't mean to scare you. Person B can be this embodied, and person A doesn't judge them for who they are or what they're not. Person A is just someone who accepts people for what they are. Look at this, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, right? So person A just has feelings for person B. It's almost like they understand and accept that they're on a journey and they're in a phase. Person B doesn't have that groundedness yet, but they are like capable of working their way to that, but they have to sort of understand the things that are holding them back so that they can sort of like propel themselves forward. It's like person A recognizes like this, you know, like that, like the power in a spring before like a tiger pounces, right? It's like they're so still and patient, but then like so much power and force and energy and action happens after the like cat springs forward. And it's like person A recognizes that person B has that like capacity. It just needs to be like channeled or unleashed in a certain direction. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Let's do a little bit more on the feeling side, because I feel like that was how they see each other or think about each other. So how does person B feel about person A? What are their inside feelings? Okay, what can we get that would be, okay. Oh, it's almost like they don't know if they want to hide from this person or show them everything, if they want to change or if they don't want to change. Like this person inspires something in them, and I think that's scarier than just like being attracted to them, because it's like they actually like they actually like this, like they're like, God, I like this person. I just fucking like this person. Why do I like this person, right? And it makes them think about the future in a way that they didn't before. It makes them think about life and themselves and the world, how they haven't been emotionally, like they haven't, maybe they haven't been in love, or they haven't prioritized, like romance in that way before. Or maybe they just didn't think it was real, something about that. But it makes them like want to give up their apathy. Yeah. And it's almost like they want to tell this person all their secrets and their thoughts and the things they believe. And person B feels like really safe with person A, and like, I don't know, like they could be their whole selves with person A. And how does person A feel toward person B? Oh, baby. Person A sees person B as a wish fulfillment, which is interesting. They see them beyond that sense of conflict, beyond like who they are existing as. Maybe because person A went through this transformation and growth journey, that they see that this person is not trapped in what they are. I think it's risky to see someone's potential, right? Because you can't date potential, but I think it's like not amusement in a way. Like, okay, I have this thing, I don't know how else to explain this. Like, I love people who are like a little bit curmudgeon. Like, so I have a nephew, and he's like literally, he just turned 5, and he's like curmudgeon, like an old man. Like, he complains about things, but it's just so like pure and authentic that I can't help but like dote on him while he's just being like a complete grump. Like, he's such a grump, and like, he'll be like so like grumbly, but it's like so specific, right? And his like feelings are like totally valid. Like he'll be like, I don't like this because it's like, it's lukewarm and I want it to be cold, you know? And he's just like expressing his feelings. And there's no right or wrong. And he is like a little bit of a complainer, but I don't know what it is, but I like find that endearing. There's something in me that always finds like people who are just like, oh, I just find it endearing. And I feel like that's the energy I'm getting for like person A towards person B. It's like, this person is like, this really pisses me off, and person A is like, yeah, I know, it is upsetting, isn't it? Like, but they like find it amusing that person B is like being honest about that, because like, you know, let's be real, I feel like a lot of times we're hiding behind things, and like children are fun because they're like so honest, and there's something about that, like not that I don't think person B is curmudgeon, but it's just like that sense of like person B is like feeling the world, and person A recognizes that ability to feel, that's it, as like this person will unfold, right? Because it's like they have the sensation to feel, and that's where it starts, because as you unfold and peel back those layers, you like step into more of this work. So I think person A really sees that in person B and like enjoys it, and probably makes person A reflect on when they were in a similar position before they became who they are, right? Which I wonder, I feel like, I don't know if person B knows what person A went through, but there's no one who gets to that level of love and light without going through their own shadows and the valleys, right? So how else does person A, even though I just totally went on about it, but how else does person A feel about person B? Yeah, it's like there's something a little bit special. And again, that honesty thing. It's like whatever it is, when they talk to this person, they feel something that's true from them. Okay, and yeah, 2 of Cups. They just see them as, again, it's just, they can't help it. They just can't help it. It's like they just can't help the way they feel. And look, this is both people. Okay. I'm gonna leave this here because it's adorable. This is adorable to me. I think it's because it's like, you know what it feels like? It borders on unconditional love. Like when you just, you know, like when you meet friends or you meet someone and you just like feel like there's just something about them that you're like, you know that you're gonna be friends, or you know that you like them. It's like this, like for these people, there's just something that like magnetizes and locks in for these people. I feel like group 1, pile 1 and pile 3 could also be related. So if this is resonating, you might watch pile 1. But from this perspective, it's like a little more playful. So pile 1 might be from person B's perspective, and then pile 3 is from person A's perspective. But it doesn't have to be, but I'm just like noticing the similarities in some of the energies. Okay. What is person A's perspective toward person B? Yeah, like they see them as someone who they could move through life with and be like emotionally satisfied with. And person B sees person A as someone special and like a guiding light, someone who makes them want to drop their sort of defensiveness and change, basically. They inspire change. Person B also feels like person A doesn't judge them. Like they're, warm and loving. And person A sees person B as coming to the end of this play. Like, when you notice that something's not right, that's when it's right, because before you can change anything, you have to notice that you want it to change. And I think person A recognizes person B's level of awareness of like with the star, right? I'm thinking the star, the world, like it's a different perspective, right? Feeling your sense of your place in the world, like how small Earth looks from space, right? But then when we're on Earth, everything is so present and pressing, and it's very real. And this person is likely having a new perspective. And it's like person A recognizes like that's the beginning of the awakening, right? Like they understand that this person's at the beginning stages of asking those questions, right? I'm seeing this question mark. And stepping into flow and heart space. But first you have to have the desire or the pull or the question or the awareness before you can get to that place. Okay, now it's more likely we're going to move into the extended, but I wanted to pull a couple more cards. I guess I want to see, oh, Temperance and Justice and Six of Swords. Yeah, it's like this and the Hermit. This is like a couple that creates self-reflection in each other, creates balance in each other, creates forward movement in a way where they're able to step more into that unconditional existence. This is actually quite lovely. I know it sounds like a lot of like graciousness is being extended from person A to person B, but I don't know, there's an unconditionality feeling to this connection. All right, we're going to move into the extended, so I'm going to end it here. If you're going to join me in the extended, you'll see the link for purchase in the bottom. And if not, thank you so much for letting me pry into your energy a little bit. I realize this is the last pile, so also thank you so much if you made it through any of this. This is my first time doing these longer format readings on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok at Soul Surfing. I have an Instagram account. It's at soulsurfingsoul. I don't use it that much. I mean, maybe later I'll build it out, but the link is in my bio for both of those pages. You can find my website linked here on YouTube if you want to book a personal reading, or if you just want to say hi. Thank you so much.